Beautiful Anonymous changes each week. It defies genres and expectations. For example, our most recent episode, I talked to a woman who survived a murder attempt by her own son. But just the week before that, we just talked the whole time about Star Trek. We've had other recent episodes about sexting in languages that are not your first language, or what it's like to get weight loss surgery. It's unpredictable, it's real, it's honest, it's raw. Get Beautiful Anonymous wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hello and welcome. I am your host, Kimberly. I am a wife, a mother of two. I'm a businesswoman, a brand builder, blogger, and podcaster. I'm here to connect with women just like me who want to optimize their life while looking and feeling our best. Together, we will remove limiting beliefs and dream to become our highest and best version of ourselves. We will explore both mental and physical aspects of self-improvement while forming a community, a sisterhood. Before we dive in, please subscribe to my podcast and give me 5 stars. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about tips for success. Tips for success. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 tips, and I'm going to add some color around each. So, here's the thing. I firmly believe in this quote that I heard and read somewhere, and it's probably my favorite quote of all time. And it is, if you can dream it, you can do it. So here's the thing about that. And I'm going to dive right into my very, very first tip. If you can dream it, you can do it. But you have to be willing to work for it. So here's the deal about it. Everyone can dream. Anyone can dream. We all have dreams. We all have ideas. But if you are not willing to roll up your sleeves and work your ass off, forget it. If you've been spoiled your whole life and you've been spoon-fed, good luck. I mean, in short, you're basically fucked. Pardon my French, but that's the truth. And here's why. Life is not always a bowl of cherries, right? And those of us that have had to take the stairs to the top rather than the elevator, we've been trained, man. We've been trained up our whole lives. Nothing's been given to us. And that's pretty much the foundation. I mean, I would say most of my self-confidence comes from the fact that I've done really hard stuff by myself, and I failed a lot. I can get into all kinds of failures. In fact, I'll share a couple. So I remember when I really wanted to go to law school. Oh, wait, let's even go before that. How about when I got my real estate license in 2006? Yeah, worked in real estate for an entire year, didn't sell a single house, then the market crashed. Failure 1. Okay, and let me tell you, that's a lot of work. You got to study up for that test. You got to hang your license. You got to go to all the brokers' opens. You got to do your branding and your business cards. You have to invest money. Like, it's not a joke. It's a commitment. Yeah, that was one top failure. Let's move on to some other failures of mine. So how about when I wanted to go to law school and I was hell-bent on it, took the LSAT twice, which is, again, not a joke. Huge commitment. You have to sign up for your Kaplan courses. You have to do you have to show up every single week and go to the trainings. You have to do online testing. I would do like practice tests on a Saturday. I would drive to the center and took it twice. Didn't score good enough. And finally ended up listening to my parents and went for my MBA. Took the GMAT, finally got into business school at USC. Fight on. Huge accomplishment because I had gone to San Diego State undergrad. So going to a top school like that was something I dreamt of. So anyway, the point is that I failed a lot. And that's just like my top couple off the top of my head. And, at the end of the day, if you have fire in your belly and you truly have a passion for something and you are willing to work and work and work and work at it, then you're going to be successful. As long as you don't give up, you just keep going. And here's the thing, and this leads me to tip number 2. Hot tip number 2 is being able to overcome adversity. So once you have the work ethic behind you, then you have to be able to overcome adversity. So when you're building something or doing anything that matters, there's always going to be a challenge. And if you just point to it and say, oh, I can't do this because of this one challenge, I mean, you don't really care, do you? It's finding excuses. If you're looking for an excuse, you've come to the wrong place. I mean, here's the difference between the people that are successful and the people that sit back dreaming and never fulfill their dreams. The difference is that the people that really have the fire in the belly and the work ethic, they overcome challenges no matter what. We all run into challenges. So if you're just looking for an easy excuse to not do something, well, I mean, I could sit here and give you a laundry list of reasons why I shouldn't do something or couldn't do something or why it was too hard and just I didn't do it. But that's the differentiator right there. If you're the type of person looking for an excuse, then you're the type of person that's never going to accomplish anything. And you probably have really low self-confidence and you probably just sit back dreaming about things and never actually take action and make it happen. You got to make it happen. You got to push. You got to fight. You have to fight. You need to fight for what it is that you dream of, okay? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. You're going to feel defeated. You're going to feel like you should give up, like you're going to quit. And that's the exact time that you need to stand up, brush yourself off, and keep on going. And, you know, that point right there is important in itself. So the way I was raised, my dad ingrained this into us about having a fighter's mentality. And he took us up when we were really little. He took my sister and I up the hill and, you know, one of us fell and he said, you know what? When you fall in life, you stand up, you pick yourself up, you brush yourself off and you keep on going until you're successful. And that is something, it's like our family mantra. It almost makes me emotional, which is really surprising. You know, life really can be really hard. It really genuinely is. And it's, as I like to say, it's not all roses and moonbeams. It's fucking hard. You have to fight on this planet. So not only do you have this willingness to work hard and work harder than anybody else next to you, you need to be able to fight for your dreams. You need to be able to overcome adversity. You need to be able to stand up and pick yourself up, brush yourself off, and keep on going until you're successful. If you don't have those two qualities about willingness to work hard and overcoming adversity, I mean, you might as well just quit now. You're not going to get anywhere. I hope that your parents have a lot of money to give to you because you're going to fail at absolutely anything you try. And that's just the cold, hard truth. Okay, here's hot tip number 3. So this is a really, really big one, and I'm going to spend quite a bit of time on this because it's really important. Hot tip number 3, stay away from negative and toxic people. I'm going to say it again. Stay away from negative and toxic people. Now, this profile of people, it could be a parent that's toxic and negative. It could be a sibling. It could be a cousin. It could be a friend that you have had for 20 years. You need to be constantly evaluating the energy that you are allowing in your life. You need to be constantly evaluating the energy that you allow in your life. That is probably one of the single most important things that I do in my life. I am constantly evaluating those around me and the energy they're bringing. And I constantly am evaluating my own energy and making sure I'm bringing good energy. I'm not always happy. Things are not always perfect. But are you the type of person stuck in the past? Are you the type of person complaining about things constantly and not fixing them? Or are you the type of person that's grateful? Are you positive? Are you a go-getter? Are you happy? Are you smiling? Are you coming up with fun ideas for your friends and family? Are you bringing people together? Or are you divisive? Are you jealous? Are you insecure? So I want to talk more about these toxic people. So number one, you need to evaluate yourself first. First and foremost, always look inward. Don't blame others. That's life 101 to me, right? So constantly be holding yourself to the highest of standards. If you're not doing that, just start there and don't even go anywhere else. Evaluate yourself. Make sure you're in a good headspace. If you're not, you should really sit down and think about, why am I not happy? What's getting me down? Why am I negative? Why am I gossipy? Really think about it and work on yourself. And I'm constantly pushing myself to be better, to be positive. And if I'm feeling like I'm in a slump, I push myself. I fucking fight to get myself out of it, because it is so easy in life to sit back and just be in a slump and sit on the couch and scroll on Instagram, be jealous of people, and just not be happy, complain about your job. I mean, it's just so easy. So get out of it. Stop. Just whatever you're doing, if you're not happy, reevaluate and stop. So make sure you yourself are not a negative person. That's the first thing. Then really evaluate the people around you. And so I'm going to give an example. So there was a person in my life that was extremely toxic for years. This person was a great friend, but they constantly sucked the energy out of me. And I would get upset by them. They would be bipolar. They would be just constantly just up and down and up and down. It was just exhausting dealing with this person, draining. And finally, one day I just called this person out on their stuff and they did not like it. And then they cut me off. Well, that was the funny thing, is that I felt so great not having this person in my life. And it's been probably like 7 or 8 years, maybe even 9 or 10. I don't even know. I forgot and I don't care. I never looked back. And I realized this person was extremely toxic. So what do I mean by that? Okay. So if somebody's taking your energy, they're toxic. If they upset you more than they add to your life, they're toxic. Move away from them. Quietly move away. You don't need to make a big proclamation. You just quietly stop engaging with that person. You don't need to make a big grand, I'm cutting you off or something. Like, we're not in 3rd grade. Okay. So, the other thing this person would do, and I noticed this with another person I met locally recently. Okay. Don't talk about your friends. Do not talk shit on your friends. You look like an asshole. So I'll tell another little story. I went to a mommy group with my newborn, and I was meeting somebody for the first time, and we had mutual friends. And this person, all they did was bash their friends to me. Okay? Rather than asking me about, oh, tell me more about your job, or, oh, when did you guys decide to move here? Or, how many other kids do you have? Or any of these other things that we could have found common ground on because we live in the same neighborhood. This person just bashed their friends to me. Oh, this one's a perfectionist and her husband, la, la, la. And I just was like baffled, like speechless, because I couldn't believe that somebody would be so insecure as to try and push down their own friends to a perfect stranger. So when I saw that person, red flags all over the place. I immediately flagged this person as being wildly insecure and wildly toxic. And so the reason why I label this person insecure is because what they're doing is they're pushing people around them down to make themselves look better. Well, insecure people are probably the most dangerous kind of people around. And so I do not fuck with that. If you're insecure, you're not one of my friends. If you cannot be genuinely happy for me and I have to basically cover up any of my successes around you, I know you're insecure and you're not my friend. So I don't really have friends like that, to be honest. But self-love is important. And if you're dumb and insecure, you're super, super duper dangerous. But I'll just say the following. If you're the kind of person, I'm going to go back to my other toxic friend that we parted ways. This person, you know what they would do? They would tell me their other friends' deepest, darkest secrets. For example, oh, her husband doesn't help at all with the kids. We are so lucky that our husbands do. Meanwhile, keep in mind, her and her husband got divorced. My ex-friend that was talking crap. So anyway, the point is don't talk shit about your friends to other people. Now listen, we all kind of talk a little bit of shit, so let's be realistic here. Like, I'm not trying to act like we're all perfect, because we're definitely not. So that's fine. If you want to talk shit with your mom or your sister, that's one thing, but don't talk shit about your good friends to other people, particularly if they're not your good friends. You look like a jerk. The other type of toxic person is the type that is constantly asking for help and then engages you for advice and then does nothing with it. So I had somebody in my life that was like this, and I would spend hours and hours on the phone with this person and just give them all kinds of advice about just, career and family and relationships. And I would just spend so much time, trying to help them because, I love them. And I'm the kind of ride or die type chick. Like, once you're in with me, you're in. Like, and I keep my circle real fucking tight. And I have very, very high expectations, as you could probably gather. So, me giving you my time and attention, I'm going to give you a lot. I'm going to give you a lot of support and really go deep with you. And I'll be there through thick and through thin with you. That's just how I am. So this person, I got tired. I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of giving you advice. I'm tired of you choosing not to do anything about your situation. I don't like people that sit around and just complain and don't take action. If you're not happy, fucking fix it. Oh, here's another really good quote that I think this is an opportune time. So I love this quote. It's, you're not a tree, you're not stuck. So if you're not happy, whether it's where you're living, in a job, in a relationship, in a friendship, whatever the case may be, with your weight, whatever the case may be, with your hair, with your skin, with your anything, fix it. Go fix it and stop talking to other people about it. Now, there's one thing to be said about, engaging your friends and family for advice and, kind of like your therapy, and you should lean on your friends and family for that kind of stuff, but to a point, to a point. At the end of the day, only you can fix what makes you unhappy. You need to take ownership of your own life and take control. Stop being the victim. Go take control. You're a human. You have free will. That's God's biggest blessing and curse that he's given us. It's the biggest part of the test of life. It's you have free will. So go choose better. If you're not happy, make better choices. You're not happy with your weight, make better choices. Stop making excuses for yourself. Go figure out what works for you. Stop pointing to all these other things around you and blaming other things. You look pathetic. You really do. Everybody knows. And here's what my dad always said. You're only kidding yourself. When you make excuses, you can do that all day, but you're only kidding yourself. Okay, so we covered that. So again, the third one is stay away from toxic people. Number 4, ask for help. So this is where I think it makes sense to talk to other people. If you need help with something and there's people around you that know, then ask them. So here's an example. When I was learning how to cook, okay, I asked for help. I asked my mother-in-law and I asked my mom to help me. And I basically said, I'm going to design the menu and I'm going to go get all the stuff. And I want you to stand over me and I want you to give me tips. And as I was cooking, I would literally pause and say, how do I cook this chicken? Should I rinse the chicken or not before I cook it? All these little steps along the way, I would stop and ask. So when you ask for help, you can always evaluate kind of what you want to take and what you want to leave. But what you shouldn't do is ask for help and just totally ignore. Because if you're going to be a know-it-all, then you're not going to get very far in life. The reality is you need to know what you know and what you don't know. Going back to one of my earlier podcasts when I talked about that I didn't have many mommy skills. Well, guess what? When I hired nannies, I asked them, how do you do this? When I hired a cleaning lady, I asked her, how do you keep the sink so clean all the time? And she showed me exactly. When I didn't know how to clean my barbecue, I asked for help. When I didn't know how to do a barbecue at all, I asked my bonus father-in-law to help me. I have asked for help from my friends and family, no matter how big or how small. And I'm a very strong-willed, independent kind of person. But sometimes in life, you need to know when it is time to ask for help. So don't be afraid to ask. When you're outside of your comfort zone and when you know that there's something you don't know, whether it's getting parenting advice, how do I deal with this tantrum? Like very specific things. I'm not talking broad, like very, very specific situations that you find yourself in repeatedly and you just don't know how to handle them. Ask. So ask for help, take what you want. But if you're outside of your comfort zone, find the people that know. If you don't know about finances and your dad's a financial advisor, ask him. If you don't know about, all these different topics, find people around you that know and ask them. And then follow the advice, like try it, just go try it. Take a leap of faith. If it doesn't work, fine. Maybe you find something that works that's similar but not exact. But don't waste other people's time. If you're going to ask for help, put it into action and show them that you appreciate it and that you value their help and their time because they are taking time to help you. So please be grateful for people's willingness to help you. And then my last tip is to be resourceful. So be resourceful, meaning figure it out. Again, going back to if you can dream it, you can do it. Let's take this podcast. I had no clue how to deal with anything. I didn't know anything about the equipment. I didn't know anything about the software. I didn't know anything about how to get my podcast distributed. I have watched so many YouTube videos, you guys. I probably have like 20 videos just saved in my bookmarks, and I've listened to at least probably 40 or 50. Be resourceful. We live in a day and age where we have the internet. Thank God we have the internet, you guys. Like, yes, winning, killing it, nailed it. Be resourceful. If you want to learn about how to build a brand, then go find a podcast like that addresses that. Or if you want to learn how to cook, go find a cooking show. Go find somebody on Instagram. Go be resourceful. Don't sit back and make excuses. Don't make excuses. If you really want to do something, you will find a way to do it. Go be resourceful, roll up your sleeves, get off your ass, and go make that shit happen. Ask friends, ask family. If you have to read a white paper on something, and if you don't know what that is, then Google it. If you need to figure something out, be smart. Either ask somebody that knows, research it on the internet, find a podcast, find someone on Instagram, go figure it out. Just don't make excuses. Be resourceful. Now more than ever, we can find out how to do absolutely anything. I remember when we were just learning about the internet, and let me tell you, before then, what were you doing? You were in the library trying to figure out stuff. It was hard. It used to be really hard to do stuff. Nowadays, man, if you have your hard work ethic, if you are willing to overcome adversity, if you stay away from toxic people, ask for help, and you're resourceful, you are literally unstoppable. And by the way, once you've done all of this and you start to gain some traction, it will do nothing but build your self-confidence. That is how you build self-confidence. You start to realize what you're capable of. You start to become proud of yourself. After you do something hard, after you stick to a promise that you've made yourself, after you've dreamt something, you've gone after it and you've been tenacious and you've not given up, I mean, man, that's powerful. So yeah, listen, I've had many failures, but I've also had many successes. And these are my tips. And I will continue. I fight for my dreams. And I really encourage you guys to do the same. So with that, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to my podcast. It is imperative. Follow me on Instagram, Diamonds and Coconuts. Leave me questions. What is it that you want to hear from me on? Do you want me to go deeper on a certain subject? Anything you want to talk about. If you want to talk more about how to overcome adversity, if you want to talk about success, failures, dreams, how to be resourceful, how to ask for help, how to get rid of toxic people, let me know. If you want to talk about relationship stuff, just leave me a comment on my Instagram page, Diamonds and Coconuts. You can also go to my blog, diamondsandcoconutsblog.com. Subscribe. Give me 5 stars on my podcast. It is imperative. Let everybody know and keep listening. Thank you guys so much. I love doing this with you. I feel like we're just really getting to know each other, and I have so much more to talk to you guys about. So thank you so much for joining me, and have a blessed and beautiful day. Take care. Mwah.
The way we work is changing every day, thanks in large part to the internet. So if you're an online creator, what can you do to create a sustainable future for yourself? On Attach Your Resume, creators share how their jobs work, especially during times like these where big changes are happening in the online world. Listen to interviews with internet reporter Taylor Lorenz, CEO of Patreon Jack Conte, representatives from Defector, Aftermath, and more. Whether you're an online creator yourself or curious about what's going on in the online Wild West, search Attach Your Resume wherever you listen to your podcasts.